What is up, everybody? It's Joe from JLB Games coming at you with another cool video back in Planet Coaster 2 and Midwest Adventure. And today we're going to be working on some nice little food stands here to fill in this gap. And also, we will be finally doing our water coaster. If you've noticed a little bit of a progress jump, because we have those mat racers and everything like that, and the little kid slides over there. That's because we did work on those during a live stream, and so if you want to see that footage, you'll have to check out the live stream that we did, and we actually did work on all of that. But for this episode, we're going to be putting in a Viva La Vegan and a Pip Shot juice stand. Figured they would go pretty well together, and then also we're going to be doing a awesome water coaster, which is like the last big slide ride that we're going to be doing in this water park. So this water park is almost completely done. We just have a few things to kind of finish it up, and I just mainly wanted to put some food options here in this area. I really wanted to make some nice buildings here, and instead of just making them square like I have been, I've decided to do a little bit, instead of a boxy design, kind of go with something a little bit more unique and really kind of detail these buildings up more than I had been in the past, because I need to get in better habits of actually doing that and actually doing a little bit more effort into these buildings to make them look good. So I'm really happy of how these couple little buildings turned out to begin with. We haven't seen a lot of gust flow in this area yet. It is kind of the back area of the water park. I was hoping maybe like having the separate lazy river entrance may have helped, because they can go in one way and then out the other, and vice versa. So, but maybe just guests haven't made their way back here just yet. But I also figured like putting in the water coaster would help attract a lot of guests too. Maybe I just haven't pushed play long enough to allow the guests to make their way back in this area. I know there is a little bit of a glitch of guests not riding rides very often as well. Hopefully, again, that gets kind of fixed up. I know Frontier should definitely be aware of that by now, because it's been one of the biggest, I think, bug issues that most people have actually reported. So hopefully I'll get fixed sooner rather than later, at least by the December update, which I would hope it would get fixed before then, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyways, I just love being able to manipulate the pathing and work around what you've built. It's actually quite a dream and everything to be able to do that. It's just so satisfying to be able to work on stuff like that. So, yeah, we do kind of, I was like, oh, I need to detail the side here a little bit because it is in guest view. And then, of course, I decide we're going to do some, like a nice little planter area here as well. To try and kind of just finish up this little spot here, as it looks quite nice. I'm pretty happy with how these little buildings set up, but the main attraction for this episode is definitely going to be the water coaster. I did make, I haven't had much experience making rides like that, but overall that's what this park is actually kind of for, is to or get better at my building skills for some stuff. And it's kind of like, this is kind of like my testing ground park, if you will, to try and test out the new mechanics of the game and just kind of test everything out. So I wanted to put a station, kind of like a little bit of a station down here, and it's not going to be elevated, and it's going to start off with the little conveyor belt lift, and then we'll have a few water jet launched sections. Again, I've never been a big water park person, so I'm still kind of new to the water park world a little bit. I mean, I like water parks. It's just I'm just always been more of a dry park person. So, but yeah, I decided to build some of these. Like I had 3 inclined launch sections. I do wish you kind of had a little bit more control of the launch sections. You have to do like kind of like the log flume, where you have to do a start piece and an end piece, and you can't really control how those are shaped. That's something that I wish was kind of different, and we could just shape them the way we want and I don't know why there has to be a start and an exit piece, but it does kind of not allow to make like the smooth top pieces. You have to have a flat section at the top, which is kind of sometimes awkward. So, but anyways, life moves on, and but I did want to do a little station building for this water coaster. It turned out really cool. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out overall, and I did do a run out lane at the end. We could have very well done like an exit pool, but I think run out lanes are kind of a little bit more of modern, more of a modern way to exit the pool or exit the slides at this point. So it is what it is, and we'll make a little queue line for this as well. Which we do here. Nothing too crazy or long, but I wanted to make a nice little queue for it, and then of course kind of form the pathing around this whole area, and of course again make this a nice little bit of a station building somewhat. Some water coasters have a complete circuit and then some do not. This one will not, but it's all going to be part of the same building in the end, was kind of the idea that I was going for here, and it turned out quite nice when it's all said and done. So it just takes a minute once we get everything going, but I wanted to make kind of a fake platform here that kind of shows that this continues. Like there's a little exit platform and then the entrance platform kind of, and they're connected together under the same roof in like this little somewhat of a station building. So but just had to add some fences here and there and some wall pieces, and it was pretty good to go. Like nothing like super themed here. This park isn't about like heavy theming of any sorts. It's just nice. I think just more nice looking things rather than just theming in general. There's I would definitely say that this park's going to be more of an amusement park rather than a theme park. So just for like the water park as well, it's just going to have some nice little buildings and just nothing like extensive on theming or storylines or anything like that. It's just going to be just generic. So, but I think this building did kind of turn out pretty well, just for a nice little cover for the entrance and exit of the flume, and we'll get along with that and just add a lot of foliage and scenery. And then of course I wanted to square off the edges for the queue line, which is makes it look a little bit nicer overall, and I just prefer the square queues. I think they're a little more realistic. I think there are round queues in real life, but I just kind of prefer the squares. They just are a lot better. And then I finally used the scenery brush finally here to kind of surround the water coaster with a lot of trees and foliage, and then anything inside we kind of do a little bit more of a piece by piece building. But I wanted to put like a quick little cover for the queue. I didn't want to do anything crazy. I could have built something myself, but I decided I do like those little covers, those canopies. They are really nice, especially if you want to do something real quick like that. And for this park, it's kind of works, and it's kind of perfect. So, so any parts of the area that have like the inside of the ride like this, I do usually kind of, I'm very picky of what kind of foliage and trees I do want to put in. So like I usually don't use the scenery brush for that, but when it comes to like filling in the surrounding area, that's usually when I use it. So, is quite nice, and I think by the end, most of the time we end up with like nearly 3,000 guests in the park. I did have to add another water filter to cover the water coaster because it was not reachable from right there. And then we kind of come up with a nice little sign for the entrance. I just went with Kapow Falls because sure, why not? And yeah, so it turned out pretty good. But anyways, yeah, so I get the sign kind of the same way we did with the other one, just some nice little support pieces and put some foliage in front of it, and boom, you got a nice little sign. I always like having the 3D letters, very nice, and it's really nice that we can scale those. I wish the scaling was a little bit more extended, like go smaller or bigger, but you know, I'll still take it as it is. and I always forget to do rock work too, so let's place in a few more rocks for that. So yeah, so this water park is pretty much done when it comes to like attraction wise. We just have to do some more scenery theming and just some last little bits here and there. I would imagine next episode will probably start a bit on the dry park. I do want to get into the dry park again, but I wanted to make sure everything over here is done before we hop into that. So that's gonna about do it for this episode, guys. Hope you guys liked it. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe for more amazing content like this, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.